The FM Redhawks grabbing sole possession of first place in the West Division following their latest homestand. All of this despite several new faces on the roster. Some of those new faces have wasted no time fitting right in with the rest of the team, making an immediate impact. Included in that list of 6 new players signed since opening day is this guy, rookie infielder CJ Valdez. Valdez exploded into the American Association, hitting a 2-run home run in his first professional at-bat and then a walk-off home run just 2 days later. Valdez already ranks in the top 10 for the team in RBI and home runs, alongside fellow new signing Jake Jelly. I talked to the team earlier this week about helping these rookies make an immediate impact, and they give most of that credit to the organization's management.
It just shows that they've been doing it for a long time because they can see talent, you know what I'm saying, when other people can't. So that goes a long way, just having that experience and seeing guys and knowing like that, yeah, that guy can hit, yeah, that guy can pitch. Yeah, it's really important to keep that organization or a program like this, keep going, being good.
I mean, these guys are great. I mean, I'm pretty young on this team, but I just learned from them and their attitudes and how they go about things. So it's been a great example.
Just to show how eventful the transactions have been for the Redhawks since the season opened a month ago, here's the list of new additions since opening day. I already mentioned that Valdez and Jelly have done offensively, but the pitchers are no slouches either. Jake Ozowski has appeared in 2 games, only allowing 1 earned run. Colby Kaiser 1-0 on the year with 13 strikeouts so far. The Redhawks were originally set to meet the Kansas City Monarchs on the road tonight, but that game was canceled. Apparently, Legends Field hosted a concert and some other events this week, rendering the outfield unplayable. That means that now the Hawks and the defending league champions will play in a doubleheader on Saturday starting at 5:30. Both of those games will be 7 innings.